And the third thing that would make women obsessed with you is your personality. And the kind of personality that women obsess over is the guy who's loving, but also has this very boyish, teasing personality. Girls are very often obsessed with the guy who like kicks the back of their chair in class and like who kind of drives them insane in a certain way, because if you're driving her insane, that means she's thinking about you 24/7. But what I'm about to say is very important. Notice what number, what position I put personality in. Number 3. Your personality only really matters if you have the previous points, because if you have an awesome personality but you're not attractive at all, you're gonna be like the friend-zoned guy who women can't take serious and they're not like actually sexually into you. Being a guy who's so physically attractive and loving is like an extra topper that women are obsessed over. Being an ugly guy, like a beta male who's low down in the social hierarchy, and being loving is just kind of seen as like creepy and needy and weird. And so you can say that, oh, this is so shallow, I'm being judged on my appearance, but the thing is, like, we're judging girls on their appearance too. So still develop your personality, become more loving, learn better social skills, but remember to always keep improving your physical attractiveness and your successfulness. I'm gonna give you a controversial bonus habit that will make women obsessed with you. This is only for when you're older than 18, and you might want to make sure your parents aren't around when I say this. The fourth way to make women absolutely obsessed with you is to be fantastic in bed. It's to like totally ruthlessly fucking dominate women, the girl that you sleep with, and like fully fuck her in a way that she has not been fucked before, and that she will remember you, and she'll like walk out messaging her friends, oh my god, you will never guess what you know, who I just love you. Like, by the way, like the advice you see online, you know, the sex advice on like what to do to be good at sex, it's like not good. When you've gotten enough of your own sexual experiences and you go back and read and watch, you know, like the sort of sexual advice that you've seen online by all these YouTubers and all these like Reddit posts, you know, all the shit that you've learned online, like, yeah, like this is how to make her come, do this with your fingers, and like do all this shit, bro. When you reread that, once you've had some sexual experience and you become good at sex, you realize how stupid that advice is. And pretty much all young men are following the exact same advice, like this fucking routine of like, yeah, you know, kiss her slowly, take her clothes off slowly, and like, you know, do this with your fingers, and like every guy's following the same advice, and they don't realize mostly what girls obsess over when it comes to sex, it's not just the guy who gets like fucking butt naked, butt up high in the air performing oral or some shit. It's the guy who just fucking like maybe you've been watching this video with almost like a sense of nihilism and hopelessness, thinking like, well, I can never be like that. I can never be the guy that women obsess over. And the thing is, bro, if I believed that same thing, if I believed like, oh, you know, well, I could never be this guy, at age 16, 17, I would have just given up. It was hope that got me into the gym. It was hope that got me working hard on like a business, making money, becoming more successful. And now, like, I don't want to be like vulgar with you or anything. And you know, this is always like such a weird thing to talk about your success with women, because people think, oh, he's lying or he's boasting. But I have no problems whatsoever in like my dating and sex life anymore, and that's because I had like the belief to start with. How much progress can I make? Look at what I looked like when I was 15 to 16 years old. I was not very attractive. I wasn't in shape at all. I was just weirdly like goofy, and I didn't know how to talk to girls. I was just like so weird and awkward around them. I wasn't being invited to like parties or anything. I didn't have like this opportunity to attract girls. And I was 17 years old. I remember getting Tinder and literally getting 0 matches. And I literally remembered, bro, eventually when I got 2 matches and I sent both of those girls the same message, like, hey, what you up to? That was my game. I would literally send messages to girls saying like, hey, what you up to? That was my fucking text game. I had 2 matches on Tinder, right? It took me like a week to get them. I sent the same message to both. And this one time I opened Tinder and both of them disappeared. Like both matches disappeared. Now I had been unmatched before. This was when I was a loser, and I was like, no. There's no way that 2 girls just unmatched me. There's gotta be a bug with the platform. I sent an email ticket to the support team on Tinder telling them like, there's gotta be a bug with my account. Like the 2 girls just disappeared and I'm sure they wouldn't have unmatched me. What I did after that was that I almost deluded myself to think that I could be the top tier kind of guy who would have no problem with girls. And maybe that's what you should do right now, right here, right now. You should just somehow find a way to convince yourself that you will be that guy who eventually gets girls, just not yet, because it takes, you know, years to develop yourself, to build a really attractive body, to get better at social skills, to be able to take way better pictures and fucking TikTok videos. Don't use TikTok, but you get my point. It takes a while to develop from that. But if right here, right now, you just convince yourself with a little bit of delusion, like, yep, I will be one of those guys and I'll put the work in. And yeah, it's gonna take years, but fuck it, the time's gonna pass by anyway.